All right. For those of you that don't know me, I am Jessica Hunley, and I am the Madison County Family Consumer Science Agent. I am pretty new. This is my very first leader lesson and the first one for this year. So you all are very lucky. You get to be guinea pigs, and I'm going to be a guinea pig. So we're going to ride through this together. Today we're going to talk about sensational salads. I thought this timing for this lesson was great for this time of year. We see a lot of people working through some New Year's resolutions and some new goals. Maybe they want to be fit or eat better. And this lesson could be very productive working towards those type of goals. So with that, salads are a great way to incorporate a variety of vegetables and other healthy foods into your meal. Through improved technology and transportation, today's consumers have greater access to a variety of foods year-round. We see this a lot. If you go to the grocery store now, it's not real hard to find fresh strawberries or fruits and vegetables that aren't typical for January around here. And that's all thanks to the increased transportation needs that we have access to and are very grateful for. Salads have begun to take center stage as the addition of proteins have increased their popularity. The most common type of salad is a garden salad. This is usually a base layer of greens from the lettuce or the cabbage family. We see oftentimes that being the base. A variety of other ingredients can be involved with fruits and vegetables, nuts, grains, and then they're all tossed and added together, as I'm sure you are all familiar. The nutritional value of the greens is very high and has a great impact on our diets. They are packed with vitamins and minerals and other healthy nutrients such as vitamins A, C, K, calcium, fiber, and folate. And that's packs a big punch for such a minor ingredient that we take for granted sometimes. The greens also help reduce calorie intake with less than 30 calories per serving. So a lot of times they are a good filler for healthy calories. They're rich in antioxidants and they help reduce cancer risks. Some medications can interact with certain vitamins such as vitamin K and blood thinners. This was something that I did not know a whole lot about when I started this lesson. The vitamin K acts to help as a blood thickener and to help clot your blood. And of course, with the blood thinners, they kind of work against each other. So it's recommended that if you are on a blood thinner, that you eat a consistent diet of vitamin K so that they can work well for you. When selecting your salad, the moisture is the biggest key factor. Your leaves should be bright and tender. They should look for leaves that are not limp, torn, or dry. And they should not be overly dry, I should say. When we're preparing our salad, I think everybody has a little bit of different things that they look for. You should handle it with care and avoid damaging of the leaves. For the heads of lettuce and cabbage, you want to remove the outermost layer of the leaves. You want to rinse it or wash it with no soap is necessary, and you can, or any necessary products of any type, just some fresh, clean water. After you get it rinsed, you want to pat the leaves dry with a paper towel, or you could use a salad spinner. Dry leaves are important as they allow salad dressings to adhere to the leaves. Ready-to-eat salad mixes are becoming a more popular choice as you look through the aisles at the grocery store. I know for busy moms and families, that would be an easy option. To make a quick fix for a healthy dinner. And it helps with the waste. If you're only cooking for a family of two, maybe that would be the better option. When you're storing your salad, we want to consume it pretty quickly after we've had the ingredients readied up. They have a short shelf life with only 3 to 5 days. I think that 5 days may be pushing it sometimes, so we might err on the side of 3. Once they're rinsed and dried, please use them immediately and store them in a container with a crisper drawer, the coldest area of the fridge, which is protected from the defrosting. Also, you should note that it's best to store the greens away from fruits such as apples because they can cause the greens to spoil quickly. That's something I also did not know. When you pick up your leader lesson, this will be a handout that you will find in there. It goes through several different types of lettuces and cabbages and all the common greens that you might find. When you're looking through at the grocery store, I know some of them can be a little confusing. They kind of look like each other, and it's good to pay close attention to what you're shopping for so that you don't get maybe something a little more bitter than what you had planned, or something that doesn't have the consistency that you're looking for your recipe. Now we get to the good stuff. I think everybody loves the salad dressing. I think it's the biggest, the favorite part of the dish. I know a lot of times we see a little salad with our dressing. We need to try to avoid that. Yeah. Salad dressings come in two different types. There's a mayonnaise base, which is the mayonnaise and other ingredients, which gives it kind of a thicker and a creamier texture. These are oftentimes more dense and high in calories. So these are your ranches, your Thousand Island, honey mustard, anything that's more thick and creamy. Mayonnaise-based dressings are more appropriate for sturdy greens such as iceberg or romaine lettuce. They're a little bit thicker and heartier. It's important to check the nutrition facts label for a serving size, calories, and ingredients. Like I was talking about a minute ago, a lot of times we see a whole lot of ranch and just a little bit of lettuce. The other type of salad dressing is a vinaigrette, which is a mixture of oil and vinegar. It usually includes other ingredients for flavor. These are commonly made at home, although not always. If you like an Italian dressing, this would be more of the vinaigrette variety. If you're refrigerating your vinaigrette, you want to remove it about 30 minutes prior to its use to allow the oil to liquefy, so it helps it blend a little bit better. We want to mix these well before we use them over our salad. The greens tend to wilt and become less crunchy the longer the dressing has been applied. So we don't want to necessarily pour the vinaigrette over our greens and let them sit, or we may have a soggy salad. Oil-based dressings are commonly found on spinach or Bibb lettuce salads, which are more delicate greens, and you can find out more about the Bibb lettuce on the handout that is provided. Now the fun part, when you're building your salad, we want to make sure that we add a lot of variety and textures. We want lots of color and contrast. We should include different fruits and vegetables with different sizes and shapes, different cuts. Oftentimes we can use things like peppers, carrots, red onions, and tomatoes. These fruits and vegetables add a natural sweetness and the color. Things such as apples, berries, grapes, mandarin oranges, dried fruits, raisins, or cranberries can also add a chewy texture and sweetness to the salad. When you add texture and crunch, you can use some nuts or some pumpkin seeds, crispy noodles, and tortilla strips. Also a couple of things there that I hadn't considered putting in a salad I'm going to try. As you build your salad, you want to add in a choice of a protein. Many times we see, especially with changing your diet, we need to be mindful of the proteins that we add in. A lot of times it's common to add chicken, beef, tuna, or salmon. Plant proteins can reduce the calories and increase fiber in your diet to make the meal more balanced. When you add your proteins, they also help you leave you feeling fuller and last longer. So maybe it'll help you get a little more bang for your buck, make you stretch between meals maybe a little bit better. Some good options for these proteins are hard-boiled eggs, black beans, garbanzo beans, or tofu. Another popular salad addition is an avocado. I'm going to be real honest, these are not my favorite, and it's just a texture thing. I really want to like them. These are amazing additions to your salad if you like them. A single serving contains 80 calories and is rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, which includes 20 different vitamins and minerals. They call it a superfruit. Make sure it is firm, yet it yields to pressure. Ripen it by placing it in a paper bag at room temperature for 2 to 3 days. Then once it is ripened, you can store it in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days. So you get a little bit of life there out of an avocado, and it is so good for you. Another addition that's popular for salads is the nuts and seeds. They're a great way to add more protein, like we talked about, and healthy fats and fiber. They can enhance a salad with crunch and texture by adding almonds, walnuts, pecans, pine nuts, and sunflower seeds. These nuts can be stored in an airtight bag in the freezer for up to 1 year. The last popular salad addition would be some whole grains. This is also something that you may not necessarily think about when you think about making a salad. You can add these grains such as quinoa, couscous, brown rice, or barley to enhance the texture and the nutrient value of the whole of the salad as a whole. The whole grains provide extra fiber, vitamins, and minerals while increasing feelings of goodness. So this is another, it's like the protein. It helps you feel fuller and last longer. If any of these things sounded like something that has sparked an interest and maybe wants to shake up your taste buds, there are a couple of links here, and I'm happy to share these out as well to find some more recipes for salads that would have some maybe unusual ingredients or combinations that will maybe give you a new taste for things. This handout is also in your later lesson packet. You should be able to get. This is a lot of good information if you want to start making your vinaigrette at home. It's a good option. It's an economic option if you need just limited ingredient recipes, or if you're looking for something a little bit different. These 3 options of the vinaigrette are a relatively simple and easy recipe to really spice up your salad. And now we're going to take a few minutes for any questions. If anybody has anything they want to unmute and share with us, or if they have any direct questions about this PowerPoint up to this point, feel free to do so.
Can you put the slide with the websites up again?
I sure can. And if we don't have any more questions, we're going to switch gears a little bit. And I have pulled out some ingredients, and we are going to put together a little salad. And I'm going to try my hand at a blackberry vinaigrette that I have not tried yet. So once again, a new recipe. And it has wonderful reviews. So I'm hopeful.
Well, I have a question.
Sure.
Can you explain why, if you save salad with potato, it's spoiled, apples, why it's spoiled so quickly? It's more like a, yeah, can you deeply, yeah, why it's called this?
I think the apples have, they're a little more porous, and they tend to draw some of the moisture out of the leaves of the lettuce. So it was recommended that they just not be stored next to each other to help keep the moisture within the greens.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody else have any questions? If not, we're going to stop sharing this screen. And Can you hear me? Has it picked us up on the other side? There it goes. All
Yes.
right. Can everybody see the table?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you going to make us hungry?
And everybody can hear.
We can see the table and hear you, Jessica.
We're going to put together our own little salad using some of the things that we read about today. We have some fresh lettuce. We have some baby spinach and some cherry tomatoes diced that are rolling out on me. We have some carrots shredded, some cooked chicken, some mandarin slices. I don't know if you can see those. We have some walnuts. We have some diced celery, a boiled egg, and a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese. So we're going to use just a little bit of this. Slide over so you can see, to kind of make this a nice little mixture. Maybe, if they will come out. So one of the things that we know is important is that it should be colorful. And I think, I don't know how well you can see, I think we have succeeded at that. It's got a good mix of proteins, dairy, and fruits and vegetables. We've got that mixed up. Next, we're going to come over here and work on our blackberry vinaigrette. We have a half a cup of fresh blackberries. We're going to mix them in. We have a third of a cup, nope, a half a cup of olive oil. And I have this recipe that I can share out as well. And it's also located on the Plated Up website. We have 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. We have some lemon juice. So we've got that half cup of blackberries, a third of a cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, and a teaspoon of lemon juice. And that's all going to go in for the blender. Maybe. Okay. So once we get all that mixed in there, we try not to make a mess. And I'm going to mute to save you all some sanity while we are blending. All right, so we've got it all blended up, and now we are going to take it and we're going to run it through the sieve to get all of the blackberry seeds out. Everybody see? Possibly. Goes it strains through, it's leaving the blackberry seeds behind. I've got just a hair more in there, but that's going to be enough for now. Then we'll take it. We're just going to drizzle it over there. That really adds to the color in the dough. And when we pull it out here, you get a little bit of everything. We've got some bright color. I'll bring it a little bit closer so everybody can see. But as you look there, you can see some of the blackberry. You see a lot of the different colors all mixed in. You see some of the nuts, you see the cheese. It's a very well balanced and healthy option for lunch. And with that, does anybody have any more questions? Y'all are a quiet bunch.
We'll be right over for a taste test.
Your packet will be able to for pickup at your local county extension office. There will be a couple of those handouts in it, as well as the facilitator's guide. I will also share out the PowerPoint if anybody would like a copy for the links and stuff that are in it.
I don't see any questions in the comments.
I hope that there was something, a new takeaway in there somewhere. I know a lot of us have a lot of basic salad making skills, but sometimes we forget about some of the other things to reach out and try. Sometimes that we get sick of eating the same thing every day, and there are some other good options to really shake things up. So hopefully something when there sparked your interest.